What is going on, everyone? We are live, NFL Divisional Round Sunday. We had two great games yesterday. Well, one great game, one blowout. We got two supposedly great games on the slate today. Me and Mackie are here to go through it. We're going to start things out by recapping our games yesterday. Like I said, we'll start with the good one. We had the Buffalo Bills in Denver visiting the one-seed Broncos. The Broncos pulled this out 33-30 in overtime. Josh Allen falls to 0-7 in overtime in his NFL career. Things not looking good for this Bills team. Obviously, not a lot of question marks around them going into this game. A lot of people were big on Denver and this Denver defense playing at home, that home field advantage. All the turnovers by the Bills, they felt like they couldn't keep the ball in their own hands. They had, I think, 5 turnovers, 2 interceptions, a couple of fumbles to go with them. The Broncos pull it out, and the storyline of this game is, was that pass interference? Was that an interception? There was a lot of question marks around the refs in this game. What do you think here? You had Denver. Did you think at the end of that game that's how it was going to end?
Yeah, I mean, at halftime, 20-10, then they went up 23-10. I think everyone knew that game wasn't over yet with Josh Allen on the other side of the field. I think he played a great game. I think, going into Denver, playing against that incredible defense, putting up 30 points in regulation, it's a really hard thing to do, and he doesn't have the most help, as we know, with his receiving core. But yeah, going into late game fouls and everything, I disagree with them. Obviously, I was on the right side of them, but there was even a deep ball to, I think, Shakir in the end zone at the end of the fourth quarter that probably could have been called, but wasn't because of obviously circumstances.
The moment,
And
yeah.
then in overtime, you're throwing flags left and right. So
That's what I
keep it
didn't get. They were
consistent
keeping him in their pocket in the fourth quarter. They didn't want to be the reason the
all
game
game.
ended. And then in overtime, they were like, all right, fuck it. We could end this thing somehow.
All game, you're gonna keep it in your pocket. Like, okay, that's fine, be consistent. But then in overtime, you're throwing these flags left and right on third down too, as well, keeping the drives alive. And obviously, I'm on the right side of it, so can't sit here
Yeah.
and complain. But I
Yeah.
just don't agree with it. I think it
There,
was kind of bullshit.
there was one in the fourth quarter where on the same, it felt like it was within 4 plays, maybe on even the same, consecutive couple plays of a drive where the Bills defense it was a questionable pass interference. I think it was in overtime, a questionable pass interference that they didn't call. They reviewed it, or they didn't even review it. They kept showing it on the screen a couple of times. He grabbed his arm. Even they brought in the dumbass Gene Steratore. I don't think this is a penalty. I think it's a good call. No call here. The next play or 2 plays later, it was the play that got the Broncos down to 1st and goal on the pass interference. It was the same exact arm grab,
Yeah,
scrape, whatever you want to call it. That ref on that side of the field called it, and it ends the game.
yeah.
It's just the
E-
consistency. It's not the no call or call that people want. It's
right,
the
right.
consistency.
Because that's the one thing about the NFL is that everyone's so worried about the refs getting involved, and they did such a good job the entire game of just letting them play football, handsy football, and the 2 pass interference calls in overtime, they were controversial calls. They weren't even like the guy draped all over and making it an uncatchable ball. They were just hand fighting almost. And obviously the Bills always on the wrong side of these games, but you just don't
I
like to see
couldn't
the refs get
imagine
involved like
being
that.
like a diehard Bills fan, and this is how your season ends every year.
They don't even have Mahomes to blame this year.
Yeah, it's just and now Bo Nix has a broken ankle, not even going to play in the next round.
Yeah, did you see what the play that it happened?
I didn't see how it happened, but I saw him
On the
walking off the
knee.
field, and
They
he looked like he knew something was up.
Dude, they wanted to get to the center of the field from the 7-yard line. They needed to get to the center of the field. Like, he couldn't make the field goal from the
Oh my
left
god, it was
hash.
on the kneel down.
And he kneeled down. Yeah.
Oh my god, it was on the fucking kneel where they centered the kick.
Yeah, from the 7-yard line, like a 25-yard kick was really gonna miss from the
Change
left hash.
anything.
But
Oh my
you
god,
you hate
I
to
did
see it
not
though.
know
You hate
that.
to see it. Yeah, that
That's
the
so
Broncos team looked
fucked.
really good too.
I know. Do you think they have any chance with what's his name?
Jared Stidham.
Stidham, yeah.
Dude, I've seen reports of Sean Payton reaching out to Tom Brady and shit like that. So that'd be pretty something if Tom Brady comes back to
You
win a
imagine
Super Bowl.
Philip
But
Rivers or Ben or one of these old fucks come back?
dude, somebody might get the call, but
How
I
do you
wouldn't even
not
count
step
them
into
out
that? If you're
because
Philip Rivers, I don't know how that works with him still being under contract with the Colts, or if he even is. But if you're one of these guys and you get that call and you've never won a Super Bowl, how do you not take this chance with that Broncos team?
With defense, exactly. You have all the tools. You're 2 games away
All you
from
have to do is
your
go in and
first Super
manage a
Bowl.
game. That's all Bo Nix ever does. I mean, yesterday they exploded for 30 some points, but if you would have told me the final score was 33-30, I would have said the Bills had their way with that defense and they won the game.
Well, the 5 turnovers as well. I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly. And all in like
you're putting these
huge
guys
points of the
in.
game. Like every time it was when they were driving and you're like, oh, they're going to get points here. They're going to get points here. Nope. James Cook balls on the ground. Josh Allen interception, deep ball. Like it was just,
Yeah, that's another thing about Josh Allen is listen, he played an incredible game, but protect the football, man. Like that fumble at the end of the second half or the end of the first half is just unacceptable.
to make it a
Especially
10-point game at half. That should have been
y-
a touchdown game at half.
you know what you're dealing with. You can't be making mistakes like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then in the night game, not as good of a game. It was over before it even started with a Rashid Shaheed opening kickoff for the Seattle Seahawks victory over those division rival 49ers, 41-6. Absolute ass kicking. I was on the Seahawks minus the 7. The injury question marks around Darnold did scare me going into this one. It was really the defense and all the injuries for the 49ers, the home field. I think the Seahawks team is very good. I'm big on this Rams team. I hope we'll get into that game in a little bit. I'm rooting for them tonight, but I think the Seahawks team has every bit of a chance to win a Super Bowl. Other than the only thing scaring me is when is the Sam Darnold that we know going to come out? But dude, if they're playing like this, he doesn't even have to do that much.
Well, that was the thing today. I mean, I think they were up 21-6 at one point, and he was 6 for 9 with 52 yards. He doesn't do that much, and
Losing Charbonnet,
this
I think
defense.
hurts. I don't know what his injury is.
Say again.
Charbonnet got what left that game. I don't know if he would have come back. I don't know what his injury is. Kenneth Walker obviously took those touches and ran with it for 100 some yards and 3 touchdowns, but I definitely think you want Charbonnet back for the NFC Championship as well.
You definitely do, but this is a team that can afford a running back going down, having
Yeah,
Kenneth Walker as well.
yeah. They
Obviously,
have
you
two
want
of the they
Charbonnet
have
on the
the
go.
exact same two skill level guys. Like
Right. Obviously, Charbonnet's a power back. He gets the goal line touches, but when you have a guy like Kenneth Walker who can step in and take those, it's not really that big of a deal. But
yeah,
I mean, this defense is up there with the Texans. The way that they played yesterday, Purdy was in. He had no idea what to do
hell
with the
yeah,
football. Yeah. What do we call this? Belt to ass yesterday.
yeah.
It's exactly what it was. I think this team was 3-0 against the Niners this year, so they definitely had their number. But um, I don't know. I can't really see many teams beating this Seahawks team right now. My only question mark is, do you really see Sam Darnold winning a Super Bowl this year?
I don't know. I definitely think they could get there though with the home field helping them next week. Like if it's
Yeah, I mean,
Seahawks
we've
Bears,
seen.
I would take I would take the Seahawks to go to the Super Bowl, but then that'd be the Bears are hot. Like it'd be so tough.
I don't. I can see the Bears winning this week. I can't see them beating the Seahawks. I think the
That's what I
Seahawks
mean.
are
I
rooting
think
for the
going
Bears,
to
though.
Seattle for I think the Rams have a better chance to go to Seattle because of the divisional aspect and all that stuff. They've played there. They've played twice.
They're more skill matched with them too. The Bears are just
Yeah,
kind of on their Cinderella run right now,
on
I
a hot
think.
streak. Yeah, they're the fun team, America's team right now. But
But
we'll
yeah,
move
absolute
into
belt to ass yesterday.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. We'll move into our games today. Aces Patriots hosting the Houston Texans. Patriots are -3, over under at 40.5. Patriots on the money line -175. Texans +145. Which way do you go here? We'll kind of dive into some props that we like on these ones too. Touchdown scores at least if you like anything. But as far as a side, maybe a total, which way are you leaning here?
So I think if both defenses play like they did last week, you got to give the edge to Patriots. I think Drake May is just going to outplay C.J. Stroud in that aspect. Um, but I don't know if the Patriots defense can keep up. I think that they played great last week. They were getting to Justin Herbert left and right. Obviously, that offensive line is depleted as well. But you're dealing with a different animal here, other than not in terms of the quarterback, but in terms of all around um, offensive line, better defense, better receivers. I know Nico Collins out, but they're still right
I think
there.
that's huge. Yeah.
Um, I do lean on the Texans here. I think if C.J. Stroud just holds on to the ball, doesn't make those stupid trying to make too much out of a play, they should be good here. That defense is just too good, but you also have an MVP candidate on the other side of the ball in Drake May. So if he's going to play as good as he's played all season, it's going to be really hard to beat this team in New England.
Yeah. My favorite play in this one is I do lean on the Texans. I just think the inexperience for the Patriots will show here. Being in New England is huge. My favorite play here, though, is the first half under 20 and a half. I think this game starts a little slower. Both defenses kind of get their feel for them on the offensive side of the ball for each offense. And I think this could be maybe 7-3, 13 to 6 at halftime, fall right under that 20 and a half. I could see it get a little bit more high scoring as they make their second half adjustments and get up over that 40 and a half. I'm not saying take over 40 and a half or under. I do like the first half, though. 20 and a half. That'll probably be on my card. It's sitting at minus 135. So I'd try to get in on that before it shifts to 19 and a half at some plus money, but, or an even 20. That was hard to say, but I like the under 20 and a half. I lean on the Texans. Do you have any touchdown scores in this one? How are the Texans going to put up points with no Nico Collins?
Woody Marks with a great game last week. You could see him have another one, but I don't know that Patriots defense. Their front seven played great last week. You might see a really low scoring game here. I think it's going to be hard to reach that 40. What is it? 40 and a half right now? 41
Yeah.
points.
Yeah. 40 and a half.
Um, it seems a little high
Can
for me,
Texans
especially after
receiver
both
Charlie
defenses.
Kirk have another big game?
All right, Stephen A. He might have to. I mean, obviously, you said no Nico Collins. You're gonna have to rely on those type of guys, but I think they're really gonna have to rely on that running game as well. So big game out of Woody Marks. Nick Chubb obviously will get his reps, but few and far between.
I think
What do you think about that Patriots side of the football?
I think they've shown they're going to run the ball. That's their identity is going to be. I think Drake May
How do
running.
you how do you run the ball against this front seven though?
That's what I mean. Like that's what they've shown they're going to do. I think they're going to have to put the ball in Drake May's hands, and that's been a good thing for the Patriots this year. Is he able to distribute the ball? I'm not big on any of these Patriots receiving weapons. I guess Henry's kind of a security blanket, but Diggs, he's kind of in and out with I mean, I guess he's had a couple big games this year, 8-10 receptions. He's had a couple of those
He
games.
showed
I
up
think
when they've needed him to.
I was going to say, I think this is a game where they're going to need him to. He's plus 210 to score a touchdown. The one that I like for the Texans is some value is Jaden Higgins, plus 280. They were shown they're going to spread that ball around. No Nico Collins. I think Christian Kirk will probably be lining up as the one against Christian Gonzalez this week. Look for Jaden Higgins possibly on a first touchdown. I don't know what the odds would be on that. That'd be some great value. Even first team probably. Plus 280 on the anytime. Let me try to find the first team here.
I took him last week at plus 1,800.
So he's plus 700 first team. Let's see what first would be. Jaden Higgins plus 1,500. So drop with Nico. No Nico.
With no Nico, yeah, you expected it to.
Yeah, I like that though. That might be my first pick my first touchdown pick for this game.
So who do you have a side in this game, or are you just gonna go?
I would lean on the Texans. I think the defense is going to show up. Is there still a shit ton of money on the Texans? I haven't looked into any of that because I didn't really have a
I don't
plan
think
on
so.
betting
I
a side
think
in
I
this
think
game.
I think it's split. I think there's a lot of money on the Patriots to just win the game outright.
Yeah, you're right. It did split. 67% on, at least on CBS, where I usually check it. 67% on the money line for the Patriots. 60% on the Texans plus 3.5. So
Yeah.
that usually tells me Texans are either going to win the game or Patriots cover.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got to get their cut. So I don't know. I guess I'd lean on the Texans to win the game. Plus 145 with that great defense. The only thing that scares me on the road, Vrabel has shown up in these big games. The Texans, isn't this where the Texans always lose in the divisional round? They usually run into like Lamar and the Ravens.
I thought it was the wild. Yeah, you're right.
DJ Stroud's won a wild card game 3 straight years.
I just don't trust DJ Stroud in these type of situations. You get
Yeah,
this game late
either.
game.
I don't think I'm betting
20
the
to
Texans.
20, 17 is. What'd you
ahead.
say? Like late game. This game's tied 17-17. 8 minutes left. I'm taking Drake May every single time. I don't care about either defense.
Yeah, I agree. And that's why I'm leaning on the first half under. I think it'll be a slower start to this game. Like I said, maybe 10-7, 13-6, something like that at halftime. Like I said, it's sitting at under 20 and a half right now on MGM at minus 135. I'd shop that around. It's probably going to move by kickoff or, at least drop a little bit in odds there, maybe to minus 140 or whatever. But yeah. Our night game, 6:30 p.m. NFC matchup. The winner gets the chance to go to Seattle and take on those Seattle Seahawks. The Rams are going to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Bears are getting points here, +4 at home. over under 48.5. Bears on the money line plus 165. Rams minus 200. We are getting some bear weather in this game. It's going to be snowy. It's going to be freezing cold. Which way do you lean on here? Do you ride Matt Stafford and this veteran Rams team to get where they're supposed to be all year in that NFC Championship and Super Bowl conversation, or do you like this Cinderella story in the Chicago Bears?
I'm gonna take the points here. I think, everyone's saying it, but I'm gonna ride it. Matt Stafford in freezing temperatures, 1-8. I think they can still win this football game. They have too many weapons to work with him, but you're giving the Bears 4 points here. You're gonna take them. I think Caleb Williams has been playing incredible football. Obviously, first half last week didn't play great, but to have that fourth quarter, second year quarterback to have a fourth quarter like that in his first playoff game is pretty incredible, and I'm gonna ride that. I think Devontae Adams and Puka both have a major impact on this game. I just think Matt Stafford's going to struggle. He's going to turn the ball over at least once, keep this game close. And if it comes down to a last minute, a game winning drive, I think he gets the job done. But I think it might have to come down to that. And I think the Bears are going to be maybe have a lead this entire game and make this team play from behind.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm on the other side. I think the Rams will be able to handle business more from the aspect of if the Bears start slow like they have in so many times this year. I just don't think that Rams team is going to give up that lead. 4 points is tough. This was 3.5. I think I might even this might be a game where I suggest buying a full point and getting it to 3. It's going to fuck your odds up. I'd probably just take the 4 because I hate doing that. But I think the Rams will be able to handle business here. I think that Bears defense is going to be susceptible to all the freaks that this Rams team has on offense with Adams, with Nakua, Kyron Williams, and Corum. That two backfield they have going on there in LA. I think Stafford's going to do enough. I think this Rams team will get the job done. I think we're going to see an NFC East matchup in the NFC Championship. I'll take the Rams minus the 4. NFC West. Yeah, you're right. Good call. But do you give me a score prediction over under? What do you think? How do you think the Bears are going to get it done? Do you think they cover but don't win? How do you think it's going to end?
I think that's a very likely possibility. I don't. The Rams have just been playing some shitty football. They got lucky last week to even be in this situation, but higher scoring. I'm gonna go 27-24. I'll go
27,
Rams.
27-24 Rams win, Bears cover.
24-20, 3 minutes left. Matt Stafford game-winning drive.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good ending. I'm gonna say more. It's supposed to be cold. 24-17. Bears need a touchdown at the end and don't get it. And they cover. That's the cover. They
I
could
like
kick a
that
field
too.
goal, push it. I think the Bears will have the ball at the end and just not get it done. I think the Rams points. I think Devontae Adams definitely scores today. He's minus 120 on MGM. I saw minus 115 other places. That's probably my favorite anytime touchdown of the day. I think the Rams will get him in the end zone, not scoring last week. Look for him to get in this week against a Bears defense that I don't think is going to be able to cover him or Nakua. I think you could take both of them. Minus 125 for Nakua, minus 120 for Devontae. I think the Rams get the job done. For the Bears, I do like Loveland to score. He has shown that he's going to be a big part of this offense. Caleb likes getting his other young guys involved. Luther Burden, Colston Loveland. I almost just said Caleb Loveland, but I guess if you had to give me or make me pick an anytime touchdown for the Bears, it would probably be Loveland at the value sitting there plus 160. But Devontae, I love in this game. Nakua, I love in this game, and the Rams minus 4 probably be on my card. Going to be a tough matchup, though. I think these are two great games. Hopefully, we don't have a blowout like we had last night in Seattle. But we have obviously all of our plays will be posted. Hit the books.pod on Instagram. Hit the books_pod on Twitter. Our last game, no more Monday Night Football in the NFL. We do have college football tomorrow night with our national championship taking place in Miami, Florida at Hard Rock Stadium with number 10, the Miami Hurricanes taking on the number 1 Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana's the favorite in Miami's stadium. Indiana minus 8.5, over under 47.5. Indiana on the money line is minus 350. Miami plus 280. Can Miami get the job done on their home field? Keep this good feeling story going, or does Indiana wipe the table? I feel like Indiana's turned into the big bad guy, and they've never won anything. Like everyone's acting like Miami's this fun America's team. It's like, no, America's team is undefeated as the number 1 seed, the team that I think most of the country wants to see win this game.
Yeah, this team was 1-11 2 years ago, and
It's
they've
crazy.
lost one, and they've lost one game in the last 2 years. Kurt Signetti is a genius. He's incredible. Um, you just never seen what this guy has done in the last 2 years. Coming from JMU, he had great success at JMU as well. Brought over a bunch of guys with him, and this team's full of 2, 3 star recruits, and they've lost one game in 2 years. It's just um, incredible football and incredible coaching. It's great, but it's just reminding me of 2019 LSU, and I'm not going to comparing them because I think that team would probably beat this Indiana team by 20. But America's team, all the money on them, it doesn't matter. They just have so much momentum. Everything's going their way. Miami could put up 25 points, and Indiana will still win this game by 20 points. I think, even though they're 8.5 point favorites, you're going to see 90% of America on them. It's in Hard Rock. Nothing's stopping this team right now, I think, and I know it's square to say, but this is just one of those runs where you're gonna look back in 10 years and be like, that was just incredible.
Yeah, like why didn't I bet on them every single fucking week?
Because
Yeah,
I bet against them last week, and
that's how I feel about this
house
game is what'd you say?
I bet against them whoever they played last week or whatever it
Oregon.
was.
We both were on Oregon.
Oregon, yeah. Oh my God, that was one of my worst bets, maybe of all time. But
The first play pick six, I was like, yeah, this lost. I just knew it was
yeah,
over
it
as soon
ended
as
it
it
right
started.
there. Ended it right there.
Yeah, but in
I don't
this
know
one,
for
like I want to take Miami plus 8.5, but that's what tells me is like every time I've doubted Indiana, just don't fucking doubt Indiana. I'd probably take a minus 8.5 in this game.
I know it's hard as big time gamblers, but if you want Miami in this game, you might as well just sit back and enjoy a good football game.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel.
Just stay away from it. I like the
Yeah,
over though. I think both teams get their points. I know Miami's defense has been great. It's got them to this point. But if they want to keep up, they're gonna have to put up points because offense will not be stopped.
I agree. I liked over 47.5 as well. If I had to give a play over the spread, I would probably lean there. Yeah, I think Indiana for sure wins a game. I wouldn't be on any Miami money line tickets or anything like that, but I've saw some people with some insane futures both ways for both of these teams. Indiana preseason, I guess last year was like 100 or 20 to 1, some crazy odds I've seen people out there. And then Miami on selection Sunday, you want to call it, for this tournament, they were plus 5,000 because they weren't even supposed to get into the tournament. So there's people out there with, 100 to win, whatever, all these crazy tickets on Miami. So there's some crazy money both ways. Both of these teams really not expected to be in this spot. And I think that's the beauty of this 12 team playoff. I know we have a 1 seed versus a 10 seed, but I'm very excited for this game. I think it will be a good game, but I think Indiana pulls it out.
Yeah, agreed. And shout out to the committee for getting this right as well. I mean, at least getting Miami in. I think Notre Dame should have been in as well, maybe over Alabama, but I mean, it's clear at this point this team deserved to be in the college football playoff.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but that's gonna do it for us. We, like I said, our 2 games this week, our 2 games today with Patriots, Texans, Rams, Bears tonight. Tomorrow we got Indiana versus Miami. We went over our 2 other divisional games from yesterday, with the Broncos taking down the Bills and the Seahawks, kicking the 49ers ass last night. But that's gonna do it. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week for the conference championships. Catch all of our plays. Hit the books.pod on Instagram. Hit the books_pod on Twitter. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.